After 11 years away, I flew home for my grandfather's funeral. I'd come straight from a field hospital in Nairobi, half awake and grieving. I stepped onto his porch and my mom's new husband greeted me with his fist. My jaw snapped, my bag hit the driveway and blood filled my mouth. I didn't even finish saying, "Mom." He blocked the doorway like a bouncer. Raiders jersey, big grin, zero shame. "This isn't your home anymore," he said. Across the street, a neighbor froze with a garden hose in her hand. My mother stood behind him, pale and quiet, like she'd been worn down for years. I swallowed copper and asked, "Who is this?" "Husband," she whispered, eyes on the floor. "He took over for her. Your grandpa's dead. Your mom inherited everything. This house is mine now." I steadied my carry-on and said, "No, the deed's in my name." His grin cracked. "That's impossible." I pulled out a manila envelope I'd guarded for a decade. "My grandfather signed it over before I left," I said. 11 years ago. A black Tesla rolled up and my lawyer stepped out, calm as sunrise. He shook my hand, then looked at Richard like he was paperwork. "You may be here temporarily," he said, "but you're a guest. You don't get to deny my client access, and you don't get to assault him." I walked inside and the place didn't feel like him anymore. The air smelled like stale beer and old smoke. The burgundy couch, the oak table, the little lamp my grandmother loved gone. In their place sat cheap, loud nonsense, and a giant TV like a billboard. My stomach tightened and I headed for the closet under the stairs. The false panel was torn open. The safe was mangled, empty. My voice came out flat. "Where is it?" Richard's boots thudded behind me. He folded his arms. "Where's what?" "My grandfather's safe," I said. "His documents, his letters." Torn paper lay on the floor like dead leaves. I saw my name in my grandfather's handwriting, ripped in half. I held up the scrap. "You opened it." Richard shrugged. "There was junk." I kept my eyes on him. "Where's the letter that was in there?" He smiled wider, like he couldn't wait. "I burned it." Sappy crap about how proud he was. Then everything slowed down. After that, the room went silent. Next, my mom made a broken little sound. Then I stood up, 1 inch at a time. "Again," I asked. "You burned his last words to me?" He said, "Yeah," like he'd won something. Then my lawyer raised his phone recording, red light blinking. Richard's face drained. My mom took 3 steps away from him like she'd finally seen the cage. "Don't," she whispered. "He tried to spin it anyway. He's stealing your inheritance." She pointed at the door. "Get out, now." My lawyer didn't raise his voice. "Leave or the police do it for you." Richard stormed out and the car peeled away. I pressed my swollen jaw and nodded once. "I'm pressing charges. For the punch, for breaking into the safe, for selling what didn't belong to him." My lawyer told me. "With that confession on tape, he can't talk his way out of it." That night, I called him and banned him from the funeral. He went quiet, then hissed, "He wasn't even your real grandfather. He claimed my grandmother had an affair in the 60s. He claimed the burned letter proved my mom's dad wasn't her dad, and neither was mine." My mom went paper white and didn't deny there were rumors. And suddenly, the empty safe wasn't the only thing hollow in the house. The next day, Richard didn't show up. At the service, my mother spoke like a woman, finally choosing honesty. I spoke about Sunday calls and that stubborn garden that always came back. Afterward, my lawyer pulled me aside. "They arrested him this morning," he said. "They found your grandfather's medals, and he forged your signature cashing bonds." Hearing that, I didn't feel relief. I felt clean anger. Then my lawyer handed me a second letter, one my grandfather left with him on purpose. It confirmed the rumor, and it also crushed it. He wrote that biology didn't make him a father. Choice did. He chose my mother. He chose me. He told me not to let any man's cruelty rewrite our family. Richard took a plea deal and went to prison. My mother filed for divorce and stayed in the house because she had nowhere else to go. I told her, "You can live here and fix it up, but I'm managing the money. No more helpful men moving in." She nodded like she'd finally learned how to breathe. Every Sunday at 9 a.m., I called her, same time I'd called my grandfather. Richard tried to steal a home and burn a legacy. All he did was prove one thing: the best man I ever knew chose us anyway.